Welcome everyone. So today we are going to solve these kind of logical reasoning questions which are often asked in many of the entrances. Okay. Now here I'm going to show you tricks to solve these unconventional ones. Means these are those questions which are like quite tricky and not many can figure out how to solve them. Okay. So let's begin with our first one. The question is 8 is to 8, then 4 is to what? See, normally people would have thought, Acha, now this is same, then this also has to be same. Okay, but no, that way, if you see, the option is not that. Okay, now you have to obviously think in this case because whenever you have something in this form, when the first and the second number are same, and then you have to find the logic between the two or the connection between the two. In this case, what we will have to do is let's start with what you get over here. We get 8 as nothing but, let's start with the squares. So we get 64. Square of 8 is 64. Now when you add 6 plus 4 you get 10. No, so that's not possible. Let's try for 8 cube. 8 cube is what? 512. And when you add all the digits, 5 plus 1 gets you 6, 6 plus 2 gets you 8. So now if you see, we got the answer 8. So now let's see for 4. 4 cube is what? 64. Okay. So when you add both the digits, you get the answer as 10. So your option C is your correct answer. Okay. Students, if you are liking the way I'm explaining, then please go ahead and hit the like button because that gives me tremendous amount of encouragement in doing these kind of videos. Also, don't forget at the end, I'm going to put up a DIY question whose answers you all can mention in the comment section. But now let's look for this one. So this one is actually looking very easy, right? We have 18 and then we have is to 9. So that gets you what? Means you just directly divide by 2. So here you should get divide by 2, you should get 6. But that is not the answer, or because that is none of the options having answer as 6. So now here also what we'll do. So let's try and do something else. So here also this and these, both of these questions are similar. Okay. So let's try and do square. Square 18 square. 18 square gets you what? 324. So now when you add all the digits, you get 3 plus 2, that gets you 5, and 5 plus 4 gets you 9. When you add all of them, you get the answer as 9. So here let's do this. We have 12 square, that gets you what? 144. And when you add all of them, 1 plus 4 gets you 5, and 5 plus 4 gets you 9. So here in this case, option D, that is 9. 9 is your answer for this particular question. Okay, so I hope you all are understanding how to solve these kind of questions. Sometimes they look very tricky, but actually the answer is quite simple. You just have to think a little bit outside the box. Okay, so now let's look at this one. So we have 144 and then we have 3. Okay, and then we have 100. So now look at it this way. If you do square root, because both of them are perfect squares, so square root of 144 gets you 12, square root of 100 gets you 10. So when you add 1 plus 2, you get 3. So you should add 1 plus 0, that gets you 1. So option C is your answer for this particular question. You saw how easily we are able to figure this out, right? All you need to remember is, see, there are few things you need to remember, that is squares, then we have roots, okay, squares, then you have again cubes, and then again cube roots, okay, and you do have prime numbers. That is a very important part of your question. Okay, so now let's begin over here. So this is an alphanumeric series. Okay, I have made a separate video on alphanumeric series. The link of that will be available on top or somewhere at the end of the video. Please go ahead and check that out. Okay, because that is exclusive of only just having alphanumeric series. Okay, so here now we have 4, and then we have A and F. So please understand, whenever you have alphabets, you just have to do the numerical representation first, okay, to get to the correlation. So we can say A is the first letter and F is the sixth letter. So now if you see, I do square root of 16, I get the answer as 4. So obviously here it should be what, giving you 36. So now for 36, C is the third letter and 6 is again what, the F letter. So I can say option C is the answer for this particular question. I know this looks tricky, but trust me, with the help of few steps, and there are few rules when it comes to alphanumeric series. So I would recommend please go ahead and check that video as well. Okay. So now let's go to the next question. Now this question I've purposely chosen. Why? Because a lot of people got stuck in this one. Okay, so they thought that acha 2. So what we can do is let's do 2 into 6. So here also they did 8 into 6. So but that was not a part of your answer. Then they did what? They added 10. They added 10. Then again also here also they tried to add 10. So that should get you 18. But unfortunately 18 is still not the part of your answer. So here in this case what you should do. So now please understand, this is quite tricky. Okay. If you look really closely, okay, here all of these answers are in the what, 20s. Okay, so that means that there is some logic with this 12 happening over here. Okay, so that should be a first hint. So now when you do 1 into 2, okay, because 12 consists of 1 and 2, so I multiplied both the digits, I got the answer as what, 2. So now for 8, let's try which of the multiplications of the two digits in the option gets you answer 8. So this gets you 2, this gets you 4, this gets you 8. But just to cross verify, make sure the other one also doesn't get you 8. Okay, then that logic goes wrong. Then you will have to think about something else. Okay, so now option C is the answer because here 2 into 3 gets you 6. So here I can say 24 is my correct answer. Okay, so I hope you all are understanding how to do these kind of questions. Now, like I said, that this also involves prime numbers. Okay, so if you look at this particular question, here we have 2 and then we have 11 and then we have 7. Okay, and all the options are also prime numbers. So please remember 2 is also a prime number. Okay, because a lot of people think that 2, then they think of even numbers or multiples of 2 or something like this. Here a lot of people even had thought of what, 2 into 10, 2 into, sorry, 2 into 5 plus 1, or 2 into 6 minus 1. No, that would not work because when you do the same logic for this one, it goes wrong. Okay, so here if you look closely, what you should be doing is that we see we have 2, then we have what, next prime number is 3, then we have next prime number which is 5, then we have the next prime number which is 7, and then we have 11. Okay, so basically after 3 prime numbers you get the answer as 11. So what happens after 7 is coming 11, 11, after that the next prime number is 13, then the next prime number is 17. So after 3, so we have 19. So your option C is your answer. Now time for your DIY. Please tell me what will be the answer of 4 is to AB. So here what will come when you have C over here? Tell me what is the answer for this one. Do let me know your answers in the comment section.